Number one, put your request in writing. Now, no matter how many times I tell people that they should put things in writing, it's astonishing to me how few actually do. When you are requesting something as important as a reasonable accommodation, it should be in an email. It should be in writing. And the reason why I like emails is that there's a date and timestamp. Why is this so important? Because if there is a legal dispute down the road, your lawyer is going to want to prove that you requested your accommodation. It's much easier to win these very difficult cases if your lawyer can prove that. And if your lawyer can't prove that, then it becomes your word versus their word. And that opens the door to the company denying that you made a reasonable accommodation request. I can't tell you how many times I've sat in a deposition where HR straight up denies that something happened that my client was certain that they would verify. And every good lawyer I know has either lost cases or had to settle for way less than the case was worth simply because their client didn't put key evidence in writing. Beyond this, not only should your request be in writing, but it should also be polite, respectful, and concise. My office reviews hundreds of accommodation requests every year, and we review them every week. And we see them every week where the employee doesn't request, he or she demands an accommodation, while simultaneously accusing the company of doing all sorts of horrible things. Now, even if all those things are true, requesting an accommodation like this is a mistake. Do not bury your request in a 6-page diatribe of grievances. Your request should be short, obvious, and polite. If you have a complaint, that's fine. Put it in a separate email, not in your accommodation request. FYI, I've made several videos on how to properly complain at work, and I recommend that you watch them before you become a keyboard warrior and put the company on blast. Because remember, at the end of the day, it is likely that a jury of your peers is going to be deciding your case. And if your accommodation request portrays you as an entitled brat looking to cash in on the lawsuit lottery, you are going to lose every single time. In your request or in your complaints, you need to sound like a level-headed, loyal employee, not somebody who's trying to weaponize their victimhood. You need to operate in good faith, and the verbiage you use when you put things in writing needs to be congruent with that. So to recap all this, why is this important? When you put things in writing, you're more likely to win, and you're more likely to increase the value of your case. The short clip you just watched was taken from my complete video called How to Properly Request a Reasonable Accommodation at Work. If this information was applicable to you, I strongly recommend that you watch the original video in full to gain a complete understanding of my meaning and context. There's a link in the description and a legal disclaimer at the end. You probably know by now that I'm a California lawyer. If you worked in California and you got fired from your job and you think something unlawful happened, feel free to give my office a call for a free consultation. Thank you for watching.